you have until it's time to move. I ain't talking to all y'all, just focus on that shit. I'm gonna be honest, when it's time to move, it seems like, where did all this stuff come from? You got stuff under stuff and under stuff and behind stuff. You even hid stuff from yourself. I didn't know this was it. I've been looking for this all these. And if you're not careful in the spirit, when it's time to clean out stuff, sometimes it's difficult for us to get deliverance from mess because we don't even realize how many layers of mess we've already accumulated. The mess, if you're not careful, will accumulate in layers. And once you have cleaned out one area, you realize you see something else that needs to be cleaned out. And that's why you ought to thank God. Because some of you have been masters at being able to manage life struggles while things around you been messy. Hey, look, you ain't talking to me now. Anybody in here ever went through a season of your life where you had to take an aha moment and say, God, after all the confusion that's going on in my life, after all the mess that I got going on in my life, I can't believe that you allowed me to sustain my life with all this mess around me. Don't talk to me now. And that's why every time you come in church, you ought to really not think about what God won't do for you. Which is to think about how many days of your existing life that God allowed you to sustain and pay bills, take care of your kids, while all hell was raging all around you. And I ain't talking to everybody. I need some honest people in the building right now to look back on your life right now and remember all the seasons that hell was raging in your life. But God kept you standing on your feet. He kept everything working in your life. I want to thank the Lord. I thank you. When my back was up against the walls, when that's was all around me, you still allow me to make it in my life. The mess doesn't go anywhere if you don't remove it. We have butter knifed our religion, and we want God to do everything while we do nothing. We want to come to church and give and shout and not understand that in order for us to really be delivered, it's going to take some intense participation amongst myself. Because if you really want God to use you, if you really want God to make you a better Christian, if you really want God to make you a better believer, there's some instances in your life when participation on your part has to come into play when it's time to clean out some mess. But the truth of the matter is, some of the mess that's in our lives shouldn't be there in the first place. Some of the people that you're helping pay their bills, when they sit at home on their blessed assurance, they should be doing something themselves. And I need somebody in here to look back on your life and say, Lord, I thank you right now for bringing me to a point in my life when I realize enough is enough. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's time to clean out the mess in my life. I need somebody to thank God for the Lord. Whatever I gotta do, I'm going to do it. Whoever I gotta cut off, I'm gonna cut you off. Whoever I gotta stop talking, I'm gonna stop doing it. Why? It's time. Here's my text. I read the Bible to preach. Here's my text. You have to understand that in the text is one of Jesus' last controversial experiences. Watch now, before he even gets to the cross. This is one of the last times that Jesus really gets on people's nerves because you already know his life is designed and set up to die. But he goes, y'all, watch now, into the temple, and he finds people doing things they have no business doing. Come here. In order for us to be a better church, here we go. This is not the church. We're the church. In order for us to be a better church, there is some mess and foolishness in the house of God that God can't stand and refuse to put up with. Okay. Y'all mad already? I ain't said nothing yet. In order for us to be a real, true believer in God, for us y'all got to clean out. This stupidity where leaders, even in church, don't speak to one another. This silliness where we can come and sit in church and the person on our roll, we don't even speak to them or even acknowledge them like they don't even exist. Oh, y'all man, I'm stepping on your toe. You man, your face is telling how you feel. Because if we're going to go after the world, how can we go after sinners and sinners watch us have attitudes of people? If people, look at me, people don't have a problem with God, they have a problem with us. They don't have a problem. Don't have a problem with coming to church and having a relationship with God. But I'm sick and tired of hearing so many people who in past I've experienced church hurt before. I've experienced more pain in church than I do in the street. What do we do? How are we trying to save souls if we got mess in the church? Because all of us in here, at some point in our lives, watch me now, let's be transparent, from the pulpit to the parking lot, oftentimes attribute mess even in church. Amen. But if we're going to become a better church, here we go, we can't agree and continue to allow mess to continue to filtrate in our congregation. Because if we want God to use us, Lord, give me this mess that's in my heart. That's right.